Let's get started with our first news. JDM predicts Islam Makhachev's game plan for UFC 322 during an interview with ESPN. JDM revealed that he believes Islam will be pushing for the takedown for 25 minutes straight. He doesn't think Islam will engage much on the feet, or if he does, it won't last very long. He said, "I expect 25 minutes of him pushing for the takedown. It's always a threat. It's something he's always thinking about." JDM also mentioned that he doesn't believe he'll have a significant weight advantage at welterweight. In fact, he thinks Islam will actually be more filled out and healthier at this weight, he said. "We've known for a while that Makhachev was moving up, and I think he's going to be a big, strong welterweight. I honestly don't believe I'll have a big weight advantage. He's probably more healthy, more filled out, and maybe even in the best shape he's ever been. So I'm expecting the toughest Makhachev." Meanwhile, Alexander Volkanovski posted a video on his YouTube channel where he warned JDM not to take the fight to the ground with Islam. While he praised JDM's grappling, he emphasized that the ground is Islam's world. Volkanovski said, "Jack's great on the ground, but we don't want it to go there. Even though Jack's good, that's Islam's world. That's all he's done since he was walking. These guys have been wrestling their entire lives." He continued, "Jack needs to be okay with scrambles, keep that urgency, and use his weight to wear on him. I was able to tire Islam with those small scrambles, and maybe Jack can do the same if he keeps the pressure, but if he gets complacent and waits on his back, he won't tire Islam. Jack needs to be stubborn on the feet and stubborn in the wrestling, strong hips, good balance, and quick recovery if it hits the mat. He's a great grappler too, so he can definitely handle it." Volkanovski ended by saying, "Jack needs to keep it standing. That's what he wants. That's where he's dangerous. You know my pick. I'm going Aussie, Aussie, Aussie." Move on to another news. Islam Makhachev wants to defend his belt more times than Kamaru Usman. Ahead of his highly anticipated fight with JDM, Islam surprised many fans when he revealed his next big goal. Not only to win the welterweight title, but to surpass Kamaru Usman's legacy when it comes to title defenses. During a recent interview with the UFC, Islam made it clear that his ambitions go far beyond just becoming a two-division champion. He wants to dominate the division and leave behind a lasting legacy that cements him among the greatest to ever do it. In his own words, Islam said, second belt, defend maybe more than Kamaru, and to become Hall of Fame, and that's it. Simple, but powerful. It's a statement that shows just how focused he is on his long-term vision. He's not just chasing belts, he's chasing history. It's worth remembering that Kamaru Usman had 5 successful title defenses during his incredible reign as the welterweight champion before eventually losing the belt to Leon Edwards. That run made him one of the most dominant champions the division has ever seen. For Islam to even think about surpassing that, it means he plans on staying active, hungry, and consistent at the top, something that very few fighters manage to do across multiple weight classes. What makes Islam's mindset even more impressive is that he's already achieved so much at lightweight. After defeating some of the toughest opponents in the world, including Charles Oliveira and Alexander Volkanovski, Islam proved that he's not just a dominant grappler, he's a complete, well-rounded fighter. Now, by moving up to welterweight, he's stepping into a division filled with power punchers, strong wrestlers, and dangerous strikers, but that doesn't seem to intimidate him one bit. Islam's focus on legacy and defending his titles echoes the mentality of champions like GSP and Usman, fighters who didn't just win belts, but built dynasties. For Islam, it's about being remembered as the man who didn't just hold titles in 2 divisions, but who ruled them. While some may doubt whether he'll stick around at welterweight long enough to match or break Usman's record, Islam's discipline and drive suggest otherwise. His work ethic is legendary, and his ability to improve with every fight has been evident since his debut. If he does manage to defend the welterweight belt more than 5 times, it would truly place him among the all-time greats of MMA history. Move on to another news. Dana White says an Ilia Topuria versus Islam Makhachev fight can happen. The UFC president appeared on Prince Street Pizza's YouTube channel, where he discussed the possibility of one of the most talked about potential matchups in recent memory. During the video, Dana was asked directly about the idea of Ilia stepping up to face Islam, and his response instantly got the MMA world buzzing. When the host brought up the matchup, Dana didn't hesitate for a second. He smiled and said, "Yep, that can happen too. I want to see that fight. I think everybody wants to see that fight, including Topuria and Islam. That short but confident response was enough to ignite excitement among fans worldwide. It's not often Dana gives such a direct answer when it comes to fantasy matchups, which makes this one even more intriguing. Ilia Topuria has quickly become one of the UFC's biggest stars. After his dominant knockout victory to capture the featherweight title, he's been vocal about wanting to challenge himself against the best. And Islam Makhachev is exactly that. The undefeated Spanish-Georgian striker has shown elite boxing, ruthless confidence, and a champion's mindset. He's repeatedly said that if he cleans out featherweight, he's coming for Islam's belt next. On the other side, Islam Makhachev continues to dominate the lightweight division with a mix of world-class wrestling, suffocating top control, and rapidly improving striking fresh off his performances against Alexander Volkanovski, and now preparing for his move up to welterweight. Islam is chasing greatness in multiple divisions. A fight against Ilia could be a historic crossover between champions. Striker versus grappler, power versus control, and confidence versus calm. Dana's comments suggest that the UFC might be open to making this massive fight a reality somewhere down the line. It's the type of bout that captures the imagination of fans. Two champions at the peak of their powers, both undefeated in their divisions, both chasing legacy. The idea of Ilia moving up to test himself against one of the most dominant fighters in MMA history feels like something straight out of the sport's golden era. As Dana said, that can happen. Those 3 words were enough to send a wave of anticipation through the fight community. Whether it happens sooner or later, the possibility of Islam Makhachev versus Ilia Topuria is officially on the radar, and fans can't wait to see how this one unfolds when the time is right. Move on to another news. Alex Pereira has once again made headlines, this time by sending a direct message to Jon Jones. The light heavyweight champion posted a short but powerful video on his Instagram that instantly went viral. In the clip, Alex looked relaxed, confident, and absolutely locked in while delivering a message that many fans interpreted as a clear challenge to the heavyweight king himself. Standing tall with his trademark calm expression, Alex looked into the camera and said, "Jon Jones, watch your house, Shayama." It was a short statement, but it sent shockwaves through the MMA world. In the caption of the post, he doubled down, writing, "Jon Jones, White House Shama." The meaning behind those words might sound playful, but fans knew exactly what Alex was hinting at. A potential move to heavyweight and a possible showdown with one of the greatest fighters of all time. Moments after the clip went up, it spread like wildfire across social media. Fans flooded the comments with excitement, speculating whether Alex was truly calling out Jon Jones or just teasing the idea. His calm but intimidating tone made it sound more like a warning than a joke. With Pereira already holding titles in 2 different divisions in 2 separate combat sports, the idea of him stepping up to challenge Jon has become one of the most talked about topics in MMA right now. In the video, someone behind the camera can be heard asking, "Alex, you're looking great. Who do you want to fight next?" Without hesitation, Alex smiles and replies, "Jon Jones, watch your house, Sharma." That one line perfectly captures Pereira's trademark confidence. Quiet, controlled, and deadly serious. The post didn't just get the fans talking. Even Israel Adesanya couldn't resist jumping in. He left a comment under the video that read, "Even dodges the bird." It was a playful jab, keeping the long-standing rivalry between the two alive, while also acknowledging Alex's continued dominance and ambition. While Jon Jones hasn't publicly responded yet, the tension between these two warriors is undeniable. Jon is currently recovering from injury, but Pereira's timing couldn't be more interesting. With his powerful kickboxing, granite chin, and the confidence of a true champion, Alex Pereira stepping up to heavyweight would be one of the biggest moves in MMA history. And if his message was any indication, he's not just talking, he's warning Jon Jones to be ready because Alex Pereira might be coming for the throne. Move on to another news. Islam Makhachev once again proved just how strong he really is. This time outside the octagon. During Fight Week, Islam took part in a popular new trend that's been making waves among UFC fighters, the grip strength test, and his results absolutely shocked everyone. Recently, several fighters have been testing their grip strength to see who can generate the highest force. It's a simple machine test that measures how much pressure you can apply with your hands, but the numbers can say a lot about a fighter's raw power and physical control. Khalil Roundtree had previously set the highest recorded score, hitting a massive 166.2 pounds of grip strength. Right behind him was Alex Pereira, who scored an impressive 159.2 pounds, earning him the second spot on the leaderboard. But now, Islam Makhachev has officially entered the conversation, and he's made his mark in a big way. When it was his turn to take the test, Islam shocked the crowd by scoring a staggering 161 pounds of grip strength. That's right. He beat Alex Pereira's number and came within just 5 pounds of matching Khalil Rountree's record. What makes this even more impressive is the fact that Islam competes 2 full weight classes below those guys. While Rountree and Pereira both fight at light heavyweight, Islam has spent the majority of his career at lightweight, recently preparing to move up to welterweight. Despite being significantly smaller, he was able to produce nearly the same level of force as fighters who naturally walk around much heavier than him. For context, the average person usually scores around 103 pounds on a grip test. That means Islam's grip strength is not just elite, it's on another level entirely. It's the kind of power that explains why opponents struggle so much to escape his control once he gets his hands on them. Whether he's clinching, shooting for a takedown, or locking in a submission, that kind of grip makes Islam nearly impossible to shake off. This moment only adds to his growing legend as one of the most complete and physically dominant fighters in the UFC today. From his relentless wrestling to his iron grip, Islam continues to show that his strength doesn't just come from training, it comes from sheer, unrelenting determination. With numbers like that, it's no surprise why so many fighters call his control inside the cage nothing short of terrifying. Move on to another news. Israel Adesanya has made a bold prediction ahead of UFC 322, saying he believes JDM will knock Islam Makhachev out. During a recent conversation, Israel shared his thoughts on the matchup and broke down exactly why he thinks JDM has what it takes to hand Islam one of the toughest defeats of his career. He began by making it clear that he respects Islam, saying, "Bro, I'm not trying to count Islam out, but I just know Jack. I know that when Jack keeps getting up, it's going to be a problem, and Islam's going to be forced to strike. When he's forced to strike with Jack, he's going to get hurt." Those words instantly caught the attention of fans, especially coming from someone who's been in there with elite-level competition his entire career. Israel continued saying, "Look, Islam, I think, is the best of the Dagestanis, one of the best fighters in history, one of the most efficient. But when it comes to Jack, even Dustin was able to get up and stop his submissions, and Dustin's a gun." Adesanya was referring to Dustin Poirier's performance against some of Islam's counterparts, noting that top-level strikers can find success when they stay calm under pressure. He then recalled seeing Islam fight Alexander Volkanovski in Perth, saying, "I saw live what Volk could do with Islam, and that told me a lot." He went on to emphasize JDM's striking, explaining, "Justin has great boxing, but I still think Jack is on another level. He's sharp, technical, and he's touching him. That's why I know he's going to hurt Islam." Israel made it clear he's not disrespecting Islam, stating, "I do think Islam will get him down, but for how long? Not for long. He's going to get stuffed from the beginning, from the middle, until Jack ends it." Adesanya said his prediction isn't based on emotion or bias, but on skill, confidence, and what he's seen from both fighters. He finished by saying, "It's not just because it's Anzac United. I genuinely believe Jack Della Maddalena has the skills to stifle Islam's game, keep it standing, and finish him. It might be in the second round, it might be in the third, but he's going to find that shot." Israel's message was clear: respect for Islam's greatness, but full confidence in JDM's striking power and ability to turn the fight into a war on the feet. Move on to another news. Alexander Volkanovski has shared his prediction for the upcoming clash between JDM and Islam Makhachev, and he's backing the Aussie. Having faced Islam twice inside the octagon, Volkanovski knows better than most just how difficult it is to prepare for him. In a recent video on his YouTube channel, he gave detailed advice to JDM on how to approach this massive fight and what it takes to survive against a champion as dominant as Islam. Volkanovski began by showing respect, saying, "Got a lot of respect for Islam, great dude, would love to train with him eventually, but right now, Aussie, right? It's simple." He made it clear that while he respects Islam's skills and dominance, he's fully behind JDM to pull off the upset and make history. He then broke down what JDM needs to do to give himself the best chance at victory. Jack's great on the ground, but we don't want it to go to the ground. Even though Jack's good there, that's Islam's world. That's all he does 24/7. Since he was walking. Literally, he was probably wrestling before he even started walking. Volkanovski emphasized that Islam's grappling is on another level, and trying to beat him there would be a dangerous mistake. Instead, Volkanovski advised JDM to focus on staying upright and wearing Islam out through scrambles and constant movement. Be okay with the scrambles if you're comfortable enough there, and keep that urgency, use your weight, and hopefully wear on him. Obviously, I was able to tire him from all them little scrambles. Can Jack be effective there and take his GAS away? That's what matters. He warned JDM not to be complacent in wrestling exchanges, saying, if he's just going to be complacent and wait on his back to build up, you're not going to tire Islam there. Jack needs to understand, I ain't even letting you try to get this on the floor. Volkanovski continued, I'm going to try and beat you on the feet. I'm going to keep you away. I'm going to have nice, strong hips. I'm going to be very stubborn on the feet. Stubborn in the wrestling. If it goes down, stubborn to build myself back up. He praised JDM's grappling as well, saying he's a great grappler and capable of handling those moments, but that his best path is clear. Keep it standing. Volkanovski ended his breakdown with his prediction, saying confidently, Jack needs to keep it on the feet, and that's what he wants. So obviously you need my pick. I'm going Uzi.